They heard the voice and they shoot on our side and they shot him like 5 times on the chest, my cousin. I was 6 years old and was next to me. I remember going flying, taking a plane, sitting there and getting a conversion in my hand and split on my hand. I was like, wow, sitting there, going to the airport and thinking like, wow, David Beckham got nothing for me. I'm top of the world. Seriously, I'm the king. Then I start gambling. There was another thing. My addiction wasn't only 1 or 2 or 3. It was just going on. It was alcohol. It was smoking. It was sniffing. It was gambling. It was sex. But now it's the first time I'm being honest with my family and myself, most importantly. And my heart is clean. And if anything happened to me, I got no fear today. I'm blessed.
Hello and welcome to 12 Steps and 12 Questions. My name is Silvio and I'm an addict. This pod is full of personal and inspirational stories of recovery from addiction. And in every episode, I'll ask each guest the same 12 questions about their life, addiction, and recovery. Quick warning, there will be some graphic descriptions and a healthy amount of swearing. For this episode, please welcome Yussuf. Hello, Yussuf. Thank you for joining me for this episode of 12 Steps and 12 Questions. Welcome.
Thank you, Silvio. Really appreciate it.
We'll take a little bit more time for this because your story is so unusual. So could you introduce yourself, please, and tell us where you were born? And also, let's immediately go to question 1, which is, did you have any adverse childhood experiences?
Yes. Yes. My name is Yussuf. I'm an addict. Yes. I was born in East Africa in Djibouti, and I was born a nomad, which is like cowboy or gypsies or whatever you call it. And I didn't have it, but I haven't been in school, or we didn't have an advisor and stuff like that.
Yeah, absolutely. What is interesting is when you say that you were born in Djibouti, so that's in East Africa, it's a poor country.
Yes.
And you say that you were a nomad.
Yeah.
Now, for the listeners who don't know what that looks like, what does that look like, being a nomad? Where do you live and what kind of... I mean, we know they're traveling people, but do you live in... Sorry for being ignorant perhaps, but do you live in tents? And do you travel a lot? And did you see your mother and father a lot or not so much?
Oh, good question. Yes, we live in a tent. And that is... We travelers, like a gypsy. So we crossed borders, like we got no borders from all East Africa. We crossed border to Somalia, Ethiopia, Kenya, Uganda, you name it, all that East Africa. You can go anywhere and you got no borders. You don't need a passport or you don't need to check in. Once you're nomad, you just follow the rains. When it rains, then you go there, and that's how you survive. And you got cows and goats and sheep and stuff like camels, and that's how we live, and we nomads. And the weather is beautiful, so you don't need it. Like we live outside, and then the tennis is for the families, mother and the kids. But once you're in adult and well, like around 10, 11, then you stay outside. You got your own what's it called? The skin of the camels and stuff like that. That was our bed. That's
like a leather.
Like a leather. That's it. That's what we use it. And we made our pillow and stuff like that. So you don't need it too much, because then the weather is like always warm. So
it sounds like quite literally from another world. When were you born? What year?
And I was born in 1979.
So 1979.
Yeah.
And in your childhood, you lived in tents.
Yeah.
You moved around between Somalia, Djibouti, and other parts of East Africa.
Yeah.
You lived with sheep. You lived with goats. You lived with camels.
Yeah.
You slept on camel hides outside a lot of the time because the weather is good enough for that.
Yeah.
And how did you come to be in this country? How did you come to London?
Yes, and what it was, that time, my dad, I grew up with my mother. My mother, she was my advisor. She the one told me everything, how to live a life, how to respect people, how to move, how to survive, and everything I learned from my mom, because that no man is the way. All we don't write or read and stuff like that, but we pass around to the generation after generation how life goes on. And So I grew up with my mother. My dad, he was a Djibouti and he was in a French religion. So he had another family in France, wife. He got another wife in Saudi Arabia. He's got another wife in Ethiopia. So I never met my dad until late teenager, but when I was like 10 years old.
Let's slow this down just for a second. Am I right in understanding that your father had how many wives?
4 wives.
4 wives.
Yeah,
okay.
my mom and another 3 wives. Yeah.
Okay, and that's just normal. That's just the way things are.
That's right.
Right. Okay. And he was in the French Foreign Legion. Is that what?
That's right. Yeah.
Right. Okay. I see. So he's a military man.
He was a military man. So
Right. Okay.
Yeah.
And you grew up with your mother.
my mother.
Right.
Yes, that's right.
Let's go over to question 1 then. It's a fascinating story, of course. Did you have any adverse childhood experiences?
Yes, I did, because that life we live in nomads is rough and tough. When they say just for today, we just live just for today, because you never know what's going to happen tomorrow. We got so many rivals, the tribes, the country fighting wars, all those countries, East Africa, they all got wars, Somalia, Ethiopia, Kenya, Sudan, and Eritrea, all those countries, there's a war going on. So wherever we cross, then we got a nomads as well, we got our tribes and rebels and stuff like that. And if you come across to some places when you travel in all those around the continent, you could come across to some dangerous places and you could get serious trouble with it. So
there was a lot of armed conflict.
Absolutely, yeah.
Right.
And also you got the animal as well, wild animal as well. You got lions and hyenas and wild dogs and foxes, and all that will attack you animals as well. So you have to be very careful. So you have to be protective as well. You have to have a weapon as well. When I say weapon, like AK-47 or Kalashnikov or whatever they call it. So you have to have it that to protect your animal from the.
How old were you when you had a gun in your hand for the first time?
Yes, I was. I remember I was 10 years old, and
What kind of gun was it?
that was I used to have a AK-47. My uncle left.
Your uncle left you an AK-47.
Yeah, and he moved to the city, and he left at home, and I picked it up that time, and I remember practicing.
So that's a pretty normal thing to do then, yeah, is to practice with your AK-47.
Absolutely, yeah. And then that's the way to survive as well. So when I was 10, from there on, I want to protect my family, because I got no dad, I got no older brothers, all of them, they, in a city. My dad come and take all my brothers and sisters. So I was the only the man in there, my mom, 10 years old, and I have to protect my mom, the youngest, and also our sheep and camels and cows and pools and everything we have. Yeah, I remember sleeping outside on a tent, and as soon as that sun goes down, so all animal comes out. They're hunting as well. And
so you're actually protecting your mother, your brothers and sisters,
Yeah.
at 10 years old,
Yeah.
with an AK-47,
Absolutely.
and you're protecting them from wild animals,
Yeah.
and from potentially other people with arms.
Absolutely. And I was sleeping outside the tent. My mom was sleeping, and all we heard the noise. Basically, it was the hyena just jumped in the fence, and he grabbed one of our sheep, and he just ran off with it. My mom was like, she started screaming. She was like, get him. And I just jumped. I was 10 years old. That's when I was practicing, and I shot the hyena on a leg, and I saved that sheep, and was broken arm and stuff, but it survived. And yeah, and that's my mama. That's the day she told me, oh, from today on, I can sleep safely, because you are a man and you can protect the whole family. So yeah, so that's how I grew up in the childhood.
Did you lose anybody to
Yes,
this conflict?
And those conflict, yeah, we lost a lot of close family cousins, and the worst one for me was when I was 6 years old. The gunfire happens, because there was some rivalries and something. There's always something. So everybody disappeared and ran. So I ran with my cousin, the one that my cousin. It was someone I look up to, and they heard the voice, and they shot on our side, and they shot him like 5 times on the chest. My cousin.
Your cousin?
Yeah, and I was
before your very eyes when you were 6 years old.
Yeah, I was 6 years old, and it was next to me. And did you get shot? And as soon as I say no, the next thing, all I seen like ta 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 ta, just like 5 shots was going like that from his heart to his face like that. And that was the worst things I experienced when I was a childhood, and somebody I was looking after, and I remember I couldn't stop screaming and I shout and screaming, and from there on they stopped. I think they heard me like when I cry and I screaming, and they stopped shooting and they ran away.
So he died in front of you?
He died in front of me. On my hand, I was holding like that.
You were holding him?
Yeah. And then basically the old people say that was his destiny. They got different beliefs. It's like whatever happened to you, the day you were born, the day you die. They make me to believe it. This is meant to be happening the day he was born. So you got to live it with higher power. They got strong beliefs. So whatever happened, it happened for a reason. When your time is up, no matter what, something will happen to you, and that is for higher power signed. So it's nothing you can do about it. That was his time. He will go to heaven. The one who done it was going to hell. That's how they believe. So you got to believe that.
As fascinating as the story is, we're slightly going off track because after all, this is a recovery podcast and your story is so brilliant. But still, I think it's time for us to slowly move to question 2, which is, how did you get onto drugs? Or otherwise, what did the moment you first got hooked, the fun times, what did that look like? So after you all the travel and coming to Europe and all of that, how did you get onto drugs?
Yeah, the drugs, I remember the first time when first heard people chewing it, chat in Djibouti, they call it chat. It's like leaves. I don't know if you heard East African, they chew, you chew, and it's like a leaves, like look like a salad. It's called a chat. That's what the Djibouti people, and it make you high. I tried that one. That was my first.
How old were you?
And I was like about 12. It was fast, and it was the buzz I got. It was madness. So coming here, but I heard
you enjoyed it.
It gave me a buzz. I was buzzing around like my head. It was just like wow. It gave me dreams and stuff like, and I really enjoyed it. So before I even started, when I heard it's weed, alcohol, stuff, I just want to try everything before I die. I used to say that to my young, I want to try, I want to smoke weed, I want to have a drink and stuff like that, but I will stop after that. But I just want to try everything. I want to go every country, I want to travel around because everything was so exciting for me. So this, my friend, he told me, you want to try joint? He passed me one day, the first joint I had. I smoked that day, I remember. I couldn't stop laughing. It was fun. I never laughed so much like that. I was just on the floor. Everything he said, it was just funniest things I've heard. I didn't carry on from that day. A couple of months later, then we went another party, and this time there is a girls. I love girls. I try again. Everybody laughing, we on the same mood, in the language. I didn't have a shame, I didn't have a shy. I was like, everything was like, even the way I was speaking before, I was shy a little bit, maybe I'm saying in bad word, but this. I just get confidence. I was like, I speak English perfect, in Dutch. I understand everything people saying. I wasn't understanding, but I was thinking I was understanding everything. So it gave me confidence so I can speak anything I want. It was the best time, and I had the best time that time, and I really, really enjoyed smoking. And I used to love hip-hop music and stuff like that, rap and hip-hop, Tupac. I used to act like I was Tupac, wearing a bandana and baggy jeans, and I was thinking like people called me Tupac. I used to get compliment. I was like, yes. I basically I thought I was a Tupac, and I didn't want to stop it. Then I moved to London again. Then staying in London again and end up in Brixton. I saw all like West Indian, but like Jamaican and stuff like that. And I was like, yeah, what y'all say, what go on this? And it was just amazing.
And all the while you were smoking, were you taking any other drugs? Were you drinking?
No, it was only from the beginning. I started, even the alcohol, I started a bit late teenager. And that time I was only smoking weed. And I thought, oh my God. When I see people know, I'm like, why you smoke that? I was like, you don't know what you're missing. This is the best thing ever. What happened when I first started to get a full-time job here in London, and that was like about early 2000s. That's when I first time hooked up from the alcohol. This time is my best time. I'm smoking weed. Life is exciting for me. when we drink, I get more fun. I'm dancing, I do dance floor. I got no embarrassing, no shame. It's just like everything. It's beautiful life. And at the same time, I'm traveling as well. Every couple of weeks, I'm going to Paris, come back. I go to, perhaps I'm showing off all the girls. I'm going to Egos, man. I was like, yes, I got people around the world. I can go there. All those countries I went, I use it and I make more friends. And I get confident in every language I go there. I feel like I feel like I speak Dutch, Swedish. I went to Sweden. I stayed a couple of months. I'm mixing with the Swedish people. I'm working at IKEA in Sweden. I'm chilling there. Couple of months later, I feel like I was speaking Swedish perfect because I was better. I get in confidence everywhere I go and come back and I speak Swedish. I speak Flemish because I was in Brussels. I learn I speak French. But I'm only surviving those. It's not even. I don't even speak one of them in good. It's just about to survive to buy my to understand my dealers.
So you're smoking, you're drinking.
I'm drinking.
You're traveling a lot. You're having a great time.
I'm having a great time and everything is so good. And I got girlfriend, I got cars, I'm getting mortgage here a little bit. I was just getting egos. I was just like, oh, I'm top of the world. I'm going to everywhere I go. Like, you want to come to Paris? Come. I invite you. I got friends and family there. I got hooked up in a Formula One. From there on, I started loving Formula One. I'm watching Formula One. I'm obsessed with it. I'm going to the races. Many countries in Europe, I'm watching a Formula One, which is kind of expensive as well, spending my rent money and anything to just get there to show off and get pictures on Facebook and look where I am. Watch me. I'm top of the world. From nomad to somewhere. And yeah, from there on, I could carry on like a year after year goes by. I'm getting addicted to it. I'm becoming like, it used to be like a fun time, but now it became like every day more.
The drinking.
The drinking. Then some of my friends introduced me first time in a sniff again. When I started sniff, it was the going holiday when I go to Spain or France or other countries with.
What did you sniff?
Cocaine.
Cocaine.
That's the way I get hooked up with the cocaine. And I saw girls and cocaine and everything. It was beautiful. Sex, it was beautiful. Life, it was the fun, the alcohol. I don't even get drunk. Once I get a couple of lines, I just can't drink more and stay strong. The confidence, I got more confidence I never had it in my life. I was like, any language you come, I was like, if I go to China, I would understand. I will speak Chinese after 1 week. That was my head. If I go to China, I will survive in China. Forget about anything. If I made it in nomad, I would make it in China. I live all those countries. I smoke, I sniff, I speak. So nobody can tell me nothing.
So you feel top of the world, really?
Top of the world. I remember going flying, taking a plane to America or Europe and sitting there and getting a conversion in my hand and spliff in my hand. I was like, wow, sitting there, going to the airport and thinking like, wow, David Beckham got nothing for me. I'm top of the world. Seriously, I'm the king of nomad.
Amazing.
Yeah, and that's what it took me. That's my fun time. And yeah.
So let's come then obviously to question 3, which is, what were your worst consequences and finally your rock bottom? So here you are, you think you're better than David Beckham,
right?
Top of the world, king of the world. You're traveling all over the place. You're doing a lot of cocaine. You're drinking lots. You can speak any language if you had a little bit of coke and a few drinks.
That's right.
Right?
Yeah.
And then the consequences came, and what were the worst ones?
I did it there. So from that, being at the top of the world, then I start gambling. There was another thing. My addiction wasn't only 1 or 2 or 3. It was just going on. It was alcohol. It was smoking. It was sniffing. It was gambling. It was sex. It just non-stop. I was just going on and on and on. And more I add on another one, more I get worse. Everything I do too much. If I travel, I wanna travel every month. If I use weed, I'm using the maximum. Sniff, same thing. Gambling, I win addicted. I think when everything is changed when I start gambling.
If you're enjoying this podcast and would like other addicts and alcoholics to hear it, then please make the pesky AIs and algorithms work their 12th step. Hit like and subscribe.
I just want to be rich overnight because I've done everything. I just want to be rich overnight. That's it. I became lazy. I just want to have money. I'm hanging around people got more money than me. I got little studio flower. I got more. If I got little things, I'm manipulating everything. I'm lying. Everything became bullshit from gambling. If I got £1,000, I tell people I got 100,000, man. I got studio for, I got a big house, I got a mortgage, man. You don't have that. I'm nomad, I got mortgage. It just became lying and manipulating and everything because of the gambling, because I'm losing and I'm getting angry myself. And I start getting angry with everybody around me. Start bullshitting my friends, my family, everything. I get angry because I could not accept it. I'm losing. But I was losing badly. Slowly. From the beginning, it was funny, the gambling, going to the casino, seeing celebrity people winning. From the beginning, welcome me, winning a lot of money for taking it, £100 and winning like a £10,000. Next day, going back, trying to double up and lose everything. And it just chaos. My life became chaos from that gambling. So slowly, I started getting isolated. I started getting stressed out. I started getting a serious depression. I start getting angry with my family, with my friends. All the fun I had, all the friends used to come to my house and every day like a party. They couldn't come because I'm broke. I can't. I have to lie. I have to survive again and do different ways. Yeah, I remember I became powerless. And I remember the day I got enough money. Like I think I had like about 3,700, I remember. And I was going to Sweden seeing family. My mom, she was there. And my brothers and sisters. And I called them and said to them, I'm coming tomorrow morning, pick me up. They waited me in the airport at 9 o'clock in the morning in Stockholm. And I left him in the evening, around 12 o'clock in the midnight. I called them, I said to them, I got my ticket and everything. I got 3,500. I said to them, listen, I'm coming tomorrow morning. Pick me up from the Stockholm airport. Say, all right, fine, good. I'm on a taxi going to the airport, and I just look at the time and I say, I'm a bit too early. Take me to the casino, Hippodrome, in Leicester Square. I went there. I remember losing every penny I had. And imagine, I booked my working place. I left, I was going to Sweden, and then I went to the casino. I left everything. I booked I think it was 2.5 weeks working place. Whole that area where I live, everybody knows me. I said to everybody, I'm traveling, I'm going to Sweden, Amsterdam, Paris. I'm not going to come back a couple of weeks, all my friends. I lost every penny I had.
How did you feel that day?
That day, I feel it. I lost a lot of times before that, but that's the worst things. I feel sick. I came out, I didn't even know where to go, left or right. I got no electric, I got no gas. Going back home, and you got absolutely nothing. I can't go back to work. I ain't got no money. I lost everything I had. I go back home, and I feel so embarrassed. I feel ashamed. I can't go back to work place. I can't see no one. I can't even go to the shop in off lessons because I told them I'm not coming back for a couple of weeks. My friends, I switched off my phone. I didn't even call my family. And what I did all day, I stay at home. I hide myself. And at night time, as soon as the sun goes down, I go back. I go to the casinos because I got more hustlers and more other people so I can hustle up there. That's where I lost my money. And I had it already. We go little crew, whoever winning, it will give you some money, and then your turn, we help each other. There was people like this, always like.
So a little group of gamblers. And you were helping each other out. So if somebody had lost all the money they had,
yeah,
somebody else would give you a few £100 or £50 or whatever.
Yes.
So that you could continue gambling.
Or you could swipe, and the next day when you're turning, then you do the same thing.
And
you
they've
look after each
lost
other.
everything.
Yeah.
And then you give them some.
That's right.
So that they can continue gambling.
Yeah.
Okay.
I remember that night I went home when I lost everything, my flat cancelled and everything. I went home, I stayed in that night. All day I stayed in, and then next day I went back, in the evening time, I went back to the casino, same when I lost. I saw one of my friends winning a lot of money. I said to him, listen, I explained to him, I lost everything. I was supposed to be in Sweden today. And hook me up, you got a couple of grand, just give me £500, I will make that money back, and then I'll look after you when I come back or when I get paid. He said, fine. He gave me £500. I sat next table. I won exactly the same money I lost. That was the next day. I called my family, I said, there's something happened. I bullshit, I lie. I'm coming tomorrow.
So you lied, you told them that everything's okay, really?
It's all, everything is fine. But this time tomorrow I'm coming. I went home, I booked the ticket next day. I'm drinking, I'm sniffing. I call another girl, like a strange girl, she's chilling with me, a couple of people. I'm gonna take everything. In the morning time, I still got greedy. I went back to the casino again. I just want to make a little bit more money. Like, I think it was £100 or something like that. I want to make the £100. I lost everything again.
For the second time?
Second time.
And you're still supposed to go to see your family in Sweden?
In Sweden. They're all waiting for me second time.
After you've already let them down once?
Yeah, the second time they're still waiting for my sister.
In this time,
Yeah.
when this is happening,
Yeah.
did you have any time where you think to yourself, what am I actually doing here? This is madness. Did you have a moment like this?
I do, but I'm thinking I'm still alright. I'm still like, I can get through it, because that time when I got the money, I'm just thinking about winning. There is no consequence, there is no way, there's no negative. I'm positive, I'm going to win it. I'm top of my game. But when I lose, I became like a cat. It's just like the whole everything just shut down. But I can't stop it, I'm powerless. That's only this is happening. I traveled to Las Vegas, in America. I was Las Vegas. As soon as I got off, I see like all the lighting. Imagine, I'm in America, how far it is, and I just went to the casino, I lost everything. I'm in transit. I called my family still. My brother, I'm manipulated. Can you send me some money, please? I'm gonna get it back. It just constantly, just non-stop. From there on, I got serious depression. I just got cycle. I get any more alcoholic because I'm losing more. Every time I get angry, I want to get more drunk to forget it. But you don't forget it, you get worse. I want to sniff more. I want to smoke more. I want to drink more.
It was like a vicious circle, really, right? You keep losing, and when you lose, you want to get drunk or high.
Yes.
And then you get drunk or high, and then you want to gamble more to make it back.
Chasing.
Yeah.
I was just chasing every day. And from there on, things got bad to worse. I started not paying my bills, started losing my house, started losing friends, families. Everybody slowly disappeared. I became in my own. All I have to do from now on, I just get drink, I go home and I get drunk. And I go out and I gamble my own. Everything I have to do, because I can't lie no more. I can't manipulate. Everybody's gone. Nobody will believe you. It's only a matter of the time when everybody knows you. They get fed up. But I'm thinking I'm going to come back.
What was your rock bottom like then? So what took you to the rooms?
I think my rock was the day my mama died.
Right.
When my mama died, I was already giving up already. I was serious in trouble. But I love my mom. My mama, she was everything to me. She's the one who raised me all the way to nomad, to here. And every time whatever happened to me, I have to see once a year or twice to visit my mama. And my mama, she was kind of higher power for me. And
So even when you were in the middle of addiction, with gambling, with cocaine, alcohol, and weed, and everything, your mother was very important to you, and you kept visiting her, and you kept that thing up.
that is the only promise I kept all my life. Like, just no matter what situation, and I will pick up that phone and I will call my mom. Mom, are you okay? Yes, I'm fine, everything. But my mom knew there was something going on, something wrong with me. But she couldn't help. She even told me, stop working, get help, come and stay with us, come to Sweden, France, Belgium, any other family, stay with it, take time off. Because you're not making no money. Because she realized I'm struggling financially. But she don't know what is going on. I'm not telling my addiction, but they know. They don't live it with me. They don't know exactly what's going on. But she knows, she's my mom, and she knows there's something going on. But when I call her, I'm loud, I'm drunk. When I go everything, weed and drink and sniff and I'm hyped up, I'm laughing. I'm million it. Mom, everything's perfect. I'm just a little bit busy. So a lot of things going on. Soon everything's going to be perfect. I'm coming. No matter how long it took me, 6 or 5 or 7, month or 2 or 3 months, 4 months, 5 months, I will still go and visit my mom.
With and then your mother passed.
Yeah. And so when my mom passed, that was my rock bottom. And that is the way the world ends. I just sat down that day. I remember I was smoking, I was drinking. I didn't even get past no more. That was a shock. It was end of the world. I was like, I didn't know what happened. I was talking to her a couple of days and I wasn't there. I was here. She went to Africa for holiday, Ethiopia, and she get cancer and she didn't make it back. So that's the way I say I got to change.
Did you ever, and this is question 4, at your worst, in your worst moments, did you ever want to die? Did you consider suicide?
Yes, that's the time. That's the day my mama died. I didn't want to live. But I didn't want to kill myself, okay? Because that is not what my mama raised me. She told me you can never kill yourself. Only God can kill you in your own time.
Right, you will never kill yourself. Only God can kill you.
Yeah, in your own time. If you do, you burn in hell. From young age, my mom always used to say that. Don't ever kill nobody and don't ever kill yourself. That is for higher power's job. So you just live. No matter what situation you are, you have to keep coming back. Keep getting up. And I didn't want her to die. At the same time, I didn't want to leave. But I didn't want to kill myself. And because when my mama died, I want to pray for my mom, my mother, and I needed to stop what I was doing, that situation I was in, and pray for God. And that's the first time I believe in, then I'm gonna die anytime. That's the first time and I just think about, before that, my head was too busy. I forgot even death. I thought I was living for life, and I was just going, I was just moving fast. I want to get this, I want to get that.
But when your mother died,
yeah,
you realized you wanted to change.
Absolutely.
You had to change.
I have to change.
You didn't want to die, but you also didn't want to live.
Yeah.
You had nowhere else to go.
Absolutely. From there on, it was the whole world. It just for me, it was just everything was complete. That's the way it turned over. Everything has changed.
Which brings us neatly to question 5. What other methods did you try to get sober before finding the rooms? Did you try anything else to be sober? Did you try it by yourself?
And yes, I did. I did try many times by myself, and every time I promised myself, and I said, tomorrow I'm not gonna do it. I'm gonna stop because of my mom. I'm gonna stop drinking. I'm gonna stop sniffing. I'm gonna stop smoking. I'm gonna stop sniffing. I'm gonna stop doing everything. And I get absolutely black out, and I wake up and I went to work next day. As soon as I finished at 5 o'clock, I was in an off license, very corner shop. I would start calling the same dealer. I was like, do you have some? I just get more blackout. I did the same thing. I went there, I was praying, I said, please God help me. because I was only praying when I'm needed something. So I prayed to death, and I was like, tomorrow, that was it. Tonight is the last day. Get up in the morning, hangover, exhausted, go to work, finish 5 o'clock. I'm doing exactly the same. I'm in the same of last night show. I got same dealer. I'm doing exactly. I'm sitting in the same spot. I'm listening to same music, everything. I could not stop myself. I was just powerless, totally powerless.
And then you came into the rooms. I believe you went to rehab, yes?
Yes. That is the first time when I realized I'm a powerless. And somehow, I think I was a higher power came from it, because there's no other way. It's the first time, and I just think about one day I tried everything and I couldn't do it. And I say, basically, I've been hospitalized a couple of times, alcohol poison and overdose. So from there on, I get some advice. They tell me, have you tried rehab? You need to tell your doctor, because this is no good. Soon you're gonna die the one day, because you last couple of months you've been visiting more often hospitals. You end up, and I didn't even know how I end up. And
so you find yourself in hospital.
Yeah, without knowing.
You were in a blackout, and then you find yourself in hospital.
That's right. And there was a time I got sick as well, and I mixed a lot of alcohol, I sniffed a lot and smoked a lot, and I was serious depression as well. And yes,
in the hospital they said
the hospital they advised me to get some help. They basically signed to my doctor. The doctor called me, said to me, yeah, and I heard you have a serious problem because you're drinking a lot. You've been a couple of times in the hospital, and I booked your appointment. Can you come and see me? And there was a lady in South London, and I went to visit, and that's the first time ever I went there. And I'll be honest with my doctor, because I was desperate. I just needed help, but I didn't know how to ask for help.
Now, when you came into rehab and into the rooms, did you struggle with the word God, which is our 6th question?
Yes, I did. Even though when I grew up, and my mama, everybody where I came from, people, they religious, while you're Christian or Jewish or Muslim, everybody, they have a beliefs. I never heard on growing up like what do you call atheist? Atheist. I never heard anything, but everybody, they have something to believe. Everybody believe in higher power, basically. But for my using at that time, I forgot what higher power meant. My higher power was drug, was alcohol, was sniff, was smoke, girls, anything. When I got everything, I got everything. I got no God, I don't believe. So I really struggled to believe in God that time. I wasn't praying, I wasn't meditating. If anybody told me, I was angry. I was angry with God.
You were angry with God, yes?
Yes, I was, because every time things go wrong and I gamble, if I lose, if anything happened, I was playing with God like, I was using the F word, God like it's not existing my side, because this is what happened.
Yeah, it's something that I've experienced as well when I was out there using and drinking, and he said everything that went well was to my credit. It's because I did it well.
Yes.
Right? Everything that went well surely must have been because I did it well.
That's
yeah.
right.
And everything that went badly was God's fault.
Absolutely.
And then I complained he would not do anything for me.
Absolutely.
This is the way I experienced it at the time. So it's very similar.
Yeah. And also, when somebody, it's the people as well, I was playing with God, with my family. Imagine my brothers or my sisters, somebody called me and they just want to say hi to me. And I'm getting really pissed off. They just want to ask me how I'm doing. But I'm thinking, because I lost, I'm thinking it's their fault. They're going to ask me how I'm doing. Why are you asking me? What's your business? It was just anger. Then God, then I really struggled when I first came to the rooms, believing in God. When they told me this higher power, I was like, no, please don't tell me God, man. God didn't do nothing for me. Until when I go to the room and I went to the meetings, and first time when I went to meeting, I didn't get it straight away. I was really judging mental. I was just judging everybody, where they were, how they look. When I first went over, I went to places and I was like, it was hard for me to be accepted, even though I needed help. But I didn't accept I was powerless. I knew I had a depression, but I didn't know what depression, I didn't understand anything about it. I was a nomad. I got different mentality, different things. I listen to other people. I never register anything they saying to me. I don't want to listen as well. I just going to the rehab. It was for me. It was just get sober, go back to work, and do what I was doing best. Go and see my family. I haven't seen them for a while. Travel around, get married, stop alcohol and drinking, pray for my mom. That was just do my own way. But coming there and going to the meeting and meeting the other people addicted and being honest and be open up, it took me almost 3 months, to be honest, even the rehab. I sat down and first when I went to the meeting and I see people sharing and stuff like that, I went to the NA and I heard somebody who shared, I think it was last night, and I was the same. When I went to NA, people was talking about crack, heroin, and they were talking about something else. And I'm just sitting down and I was like, because I'm from South and I see the people, heroin and crack, I was thinking it's the people living in the park or people sit outside the supermarkets and I used to give change and stuff like that. And I thought I was better than that. And I remember first day when I shared back, I said to them, I never use a crack. I never use heroin. I would just say opposite everything the church says. Because I was thinking I was better and I was really, really judgmental and I didn't understand nothing. And I look around and I see people, I was like, oh, there's not a lot of people look like me. There's no people, I think I'm better. That one looking at, there's people no teeth and that. It just took me a while to understand. And then more I go to meetings, the more I understand people. And more I understand people, how the feeling is, the thing. And I was like, there's something there. Then I went CA, then I went AA, and I started relating to everything they say. When they go to alcohol, when they drunk, when they discipline, the family, the feeling, the depression. I was like, wow. And those people, they doing well now. They got nice cars, they got nice clothes. There's a nice girls up there. It just brought me. I was like, no, I'm not better than this is where I belong. These people, they talking my language now. I remember I went back to the rehab and I was telling my counselor and I was like, oh my God, now I just remember everything I was hiding. I start opening up, I start saying more, I start talking about getting confidence, I start talking about nomad. I never used to talk about nomad, no one.
About your nomad life?
My nomad life. I never ever, even my friends, they never knew. Because I thought that was a weakness. Because where I came from is a weakness. People, they thought, oh, nomad, because you don't know nothing.
Yeah. And people wouldn't understand.
That they won't understand what nomad. So I was like, no, people, I didn't want to share it because if I share it, nobody gonna relate to me. Nobody will understand what I'm talking about. Nobody in the rooms even have an idea or they don't even know where I'm from, where Djibouti or where I come from or nomad.
Don't even know where Djibouti is.
Yes, absolutely. That's the right. And I'm just thinking like, what's the point of sharing it? I would just sit there, I just take what I want and I just leave. More I get a counselor and everything and they start hearing the counselor came up to me, Frankie, and still they're like, Yussuf. I start opening up my counselor, Mary, and they say, the stuff we're hearing from you, your background, how you grew up and everything, is fascinating. Please keep talking about this stuff, let it go. Because I kept it inside and it was killing me on the side, I couldn't move on. I couldn't share it. The day I opened up, that's what my life has changed. The first day when I went to the meeting and I was sitting there and I say, I'm a Yussuf and I'm an alcoholic or I'm an addict. I'm thinking like, really, am I? Then have to accept it. Then we do step 1, 2, 3 in a rehab. And then I do that one and she explained it to me and she told me, probably you don't get it. Do you want me to explain you in French? What language you want to understand? And I did a couple of times, they repeat for me. And I have to go to Shakur, my younger brother, and explain it to me a lot of things. And soon as I got powerless, and I say, hi, I'm Yussuf and I'm an addict. That is the day I accepted. And I was like, wow, I think my life is going to change now.
Which brings us to the next question, question 7. How do you experience your higher power today? Because you're sober, you've made contact, there is a higher power working in your life. How do you experience it?
I experience blessing and peace of mind, and and I'm so glad I did it. And today I pray for my mother, which I love most anything, and I pray for myself and my family and the people who are same experience and still out there. And I got absolutely today. I don't need money, anything. I'm just blessed to believe in higher power, and I'm waking up in the morning, I'm praying again, having a peace of mind, and be happy. I'll be grateful what I got today.
So a lot of gratitude.
And I got a lot of gratitude today. Lot of gratitude, and it's absolutely life change for me. And if I even die today, I'm the happiest man. Which before when I used to pray, please God, after when I come back, and before I do great things and be honest and everything, don't take my life away. But now it's the first time I'm being honest with my family and myself, most importantly, and people around me, and I'm doing the right thing, and my heart is clean. And if anything happened to me, I got no fear today. I'm blessed.
So peace of mind.
Yeah.
Calmness in yourself.
Yeah.
Peace in your heart, you said.
Absolutely.
And no fear.
Yeah.
Amazing. Question 8. Which part of the steps were the most difficult for you?
That's a good question. First, I was unmanageable, but powerless. I was powerless.
So step 1 was the
Step
most
one.
important and the most
Step
difficult.
And most difficult was step 1.
Okay, so step 1, which part? So step 1 being 2 steps really, or two parts to step 1, which is there's the admission of powerlessness and that our lives had become unmanageable. Was it the admitting that you're an addict, or recognizing the chaos, recognizing the unmanageability, or both?
Both. But more importantly, recognizing I was unmanageable.
Right.
My life became unmanageable because of my addiction and the way I behaved and the way I was thinking, and the whole combination, my life became unmanageable. To accept that and say I'm an addict and my life is unmanageable, that is the time my sobriety started.
Yeah.
And
Do you think that it was so difficult for you to admit this?
Yes. Absolutely. I didn't accept. If anybody, you told me and you gave me anything over me and you say you are powerless, Yussuf, or you're unmanageable, I will never ever accept that. I will get pissed off all day with you. I will get resentment.
Right.
Yeah, because I was on top of the. I was still control.
Because did you feel that you were still in control? That you're too good?
Yeah, I was too good. I was too nomad to go
to David Beckham.
Yeah, absolutely. I could compete with David Beckham. That's what I put in my head. No matter, even though if I'm losing or no pro, I will come back again. I will come back up because I go strong mentality and nothing's gonna scare me. And if I go through for nomad, though, these little things I will come back from it. So
because your life was so unusual and so difficult in parts.
Yes.
Right, from being, what was it, a 6-year-old who sees his cousin die.
Yeah.
Yeah, from protecting your family, for your mother and your brothers and sisters from when you were 10 years old with an AK-47, you're thinking, I'm coming back from this.
Yes.
Yeah, this isn't bad enough for me.
Absolutely.
So that was the most difficult step for you.
100%.
Wow. Question 9. Which character defects give you most trouble today?
That was, I would say, pride. I was too pride and arrogant.
Pride and arrogance?
Yes. Pride. I was too pride. I was just from being a childhood where I came from and all that. Always everything I do was like, Yussuf, you're a top man.
Yeah.
You're top boy. You're good. Everything I was I was people pleasing, I would say.
Yes.
Especially on my family side. So everything I do, I make happy my mom, my dad, my brothers, people I'm around, even friends. I never used to get criticized like, oh, you don't know this, you can't do this. Even though I was a nomad and I don't speak any language, even my own language perfect, I only speak to survive everything. 6, 7 language, I only survive, including my language. And everything, I was just manipulating. I will get what I want. I will make you happy, however you want. I will talk to you however you want me to talk, or whatever I want me to dress, or I will behave. But later on, when I go outside, I do my own thing, go my own plan and stuff. So for that reason, I never used to have it like, when I hear people like saying, oh, well, I used to get bullied when I was younger, I was this, I was confident. I was the confidence. I don't know where I get it from. I can't even, sometimes I was like, see anybody get confident? I didn't even know I was a short man sometimes. I don't even feel like. My brother would say that to me. I feel like I'm a big man. I challenge anybody because I'm just thinking like, oh, I can, if you are a man, you are a man. That's it. You can do everything.
So in your head, you're taller than you think you are. Sorry.
Yes.
So in your head, you're taller than you actually are.
I'm a biggest guy. I think you can't beat me. It's just these things. I don't know what I get from my egos. And even go to the rehab, they were surprised. They were like, we never seen short man like, you don't scare big people. Man. I don't give a fuck. You come out. I challenge everybody. I just don't scare anybody. I don't fear. It's something like my childhood probably. I'm just like, maybe because I had an AK-47, people fear me, and I don't scare even big man if you challenge me. I put that. I just come back. I just put you on. I'm just like, listen, don't fuck with me, man. But I was serious. You don't know me. I will manipulate in some ways, and I will stand my foot. You're not gonna walk on my shoes. And my brother once, I remember he talking, and I was in France a while ago, and something like that we spoke about, and he said, my brother, he never even think he's a show, man. Yussuf, he don't scare nobody, and he think he's clever than anyone, but I like the way you live your life. You can't. So anyway.
Pride and arrogance, which is the same, which is related, of course. Yeah.
Yes, absolutely.
And of course, I suppose, if pride is one of your biggest problems, then accepting that you're an addict in your step one is particularly difficult.
100%. Yeah. That is what took me a while to accept who I was, what I do, and all the trouble, all the bad stuff I did it. I could not accept it because I'm too good for that. I got reputation. My family knows me. My friends knows me. You don't know me. You can't tell me I'm powerless because you don't know what I did. Yeah. I live in the past.
Yeah.
It's not what I'm doing today, but it's what I've done it and what I'm capable of doing.
Yeah.
So for that reason, I'm not powerless. I could go there. I could work anywhere. I never had I used to even joke with my friends. I say like, there's 2 things I'm not even worried like, without job or without girlfriend.
Yeah.
So for that reason, I'm too confident. So I'm too good to be powerless.
Powerless is for losers.
Yeah.
But of course, you were powerless.
Absolutely. But today I understand. I was the most powerless person in the world. Yeah. And I accept it.
Question 10. What's the best thing recovery has given you?
Wow. Again, I would say peace of mind. Yeah. It's the first time I start caring and being honest with myself, most importantly. Honest with my family, my friends, and got connection with God. And I just once again believe in God and I sleep in peace of mind. With no medication, we're not getting a blackout. We're not dreaming too much and being self-pity or greedy and anything. And I just go to peace and I just do what I can today and I just leave it with God the rest and deal with the higher power and
Inshallah.
And inshallah, that's good. And that's the most important God and I got it from it. And that is a blessing. You can't buy that. I couldn't buy when I had a lot of money or anything or any other. Nothing come close to it. So yeah, I'm blessed today and I pray every moment for higher power to helping me until the day I die. And yeah, and I'm glad for myself and my family and also people helping me all the way through there, and the fellowships and the stuff I learned from the step work, and including people like you helping me, the step 12, and yeah, all those things, it's just life changing for me. And yeah, I'm glad I did that, and I hope other people I pray for them. I hope they any newcomer or people like the newcomer, they just give it a go, just give it a chance, because we have got nothing to lose. And yeah, and
which is exactly what question 11 is about. What would you say to a newcomer or to someone wondering if they're an addict?
Yeah. If you are a newcomer and you're struggling, first I would say ask for help, because for me it took me a while. I didn't know how to ask for help, and that kills me. And it took me a long time because I was too bright to ask for help. It's not embarrassing. It's the best thing in life, and it saved my life. If you're struggling and you're out there, ask for help, be honest, and just give it a chance yourself, just once. You've got nothing to lose. Just get a sponsor, do the 12 steps, go to the meetings, get commitment, and just, you've been there, I've been there for 30 years on the street. But if you give it 1 year, I'm sure, even if you don't believe me, just give it a go, and you will see that your life will turn over. And you not only the drugs, but on a life term, like you're learning how to deal with the other problems in yourself, the other people, your family, relationships. That book covered everything. I could not believe it. Just one book saved millions of people in the world, and it just really, it's so relatable. I came from nomad, and I can't believe if nomad made it, anybody can do it. If I can do it, anybody can do it. I believe it. Anyone in the world can do it, can relate it to what that big book says. And if you don't believe me, just go and give it a go, and you've got nothing to lose, and you will experience something you've never seen in your life, and you will cover, and it will give you peace of mind.
Beautiful. Last question, Yussuf. What do you want your higher power to say at the pearly gates?
Oh, that's a big question, Ivan. It's a good question. And I just want to thank higher power helping me to go through all the hard work and being so bad and done all that bad things. And I just pray for God to get me a better place. And I promise I will keep going, doing the right things after the day I die. And I hope higher power forgive me everything, bad things I done to my family, my loved ones, my friends, my girlfriend, my relationships, and all the lies, everything I did and bad things I done in the past. Forgive me. And
so you hope?
I'm hoping, yeah.
They will say to you, you are forgiven.
Yes. And I think it will, because I believe it will, our higher power, we believe in it, even nomad. If you do the right thing and you die like that and your heart is clean and you want to continue, then you will go better place.
Thank you, Yussuf. Thank you for your time today. Thank you for coming around and being my guest on 12 Steps and 12 Questions. Shukran.
You're welcome. Thank you for having me today, Silvio. I really appreciate you. And yeah, God bless you. And I'll leave it there.
We've come to the end of this episode. Thank you for listening. If you've enjoyed it and would like other addicts and alcoholics to hear it, then please make the pesky AIs and algorithms work their 12th step. Hit like and subscribe. While this pod is based on the 12-step recovery program, it's not officially affiliated with any 12-step fellowship. 12 Steps and 12 Questions is not substance or behavior specific, it's fully self-supporting and not-for-profit. And you know this next bit. It's not allied with any sect, denomination, politics, organization or institution. It does not wish to engage in any controversy, and it neither endorses nor opposes any causes.